What's up, guys? So today we're doing chapter 4 of Who Was Milton Hershey. Let's get into it. Or before we get into it, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. In 1893, another trip changed Milton's life. That year, he went to Chicago for the World's Columbia Exposition. It was held to celebrate the 400 years since Christopher Columbus had arrived in the New World. For the fair, dozens of new buildings were put up in Chicago, in a Chicago park. All were made from wood and white stucco. The fair was nicknamed White City. There was exhibits from around lakes that tasted new treats, including something called a hamburger. Visitors rode the world's first Ferris wheel. In one building with food exhibits, Milton saw something that made him stop in his tracks. A German candy company had made a temple out of chocolate. It stood 38 feet tall, about as tall as a 44-story building. Hershey was stunned, and in a building with machinery exhibit, there were iron machines clanking and puffing away. The machines were making chocolate. The J.M. Lehman Company from Germany had set up a chocolate making factory, had set up a complete chocolate making factory right there in the White City. A machine roasted the raw cocoa beans. Another machine grounded the roasted beans into powder. Into the powder went sugar and flavorings. Hershey watched the machine for hours. He asked endless questions. He returned again and again, even bringing friends and people from his company to see the machine. The history of chocolate. Chocolate is made from the cocoa plant. Cocoa grows on trees in places where it is hot and humid. Scientists call the plant Theobroma cocoa, which means food takes about 350 beans to make 1 pound of chocolate. The ancient Aztec and Maya harvested cocoa pods from trees in Central America. They mixed the ground lib beans with water to make a bib. The popular drinks. The word chocolate comes from for drink in the 1500s, invading Spanish soldiers drink it and disliked it when it was tried. In Spain, the Spanish added sugar or honey. Sweet chocolate was born. Then in 1847, an English company, J.S. Fry and Sons, found a way to mix cocoa butter with cocoa powder. When it hardened, it was a chocolate bar. Finally, in 1857, Swiss scientists Daniel Peer and mixed milk with chocolate to make it even creamier. Today, several countries in Africa provide most of the world's cocoa used to make chocolate. The number one cocoa producing country is the west coast of Africa. Cocoa also grows in Ghana, Indonesia, and in South America. His cousin Frank Snavely said that Milton told him the caramel business is a fad, but chocolate is something we will always have. Hershey was so convinced of this that he bought every piece of gear that Lehman had in Chicago. He even ordered more machines from Germany. He took everything back to Lancaster, where Milton set up the new Hershey Chocolate Company in a corner of his caramel factory. As he had with caramels, Milton experimented the chocolate made by the new German machine. The new German machine was good, but it wasn't perfect. It was still a little bit bitter. Milton wanted to make milk chocolate as Nestle had done. Milk chocolate was sweeter and lasted longer. That and the chocolate available at the time, it could be molded into shapes. It would not melt as quickly as regular chocolate. One big problem, Nestle wouldn't share the secret. Milton returned to his family's first home, which he could use as a lab to work out a new chocolate formula. He mixed and poured and sampled and cooked. He tried and tried again, and finally from the next page, got pretty close. Hershey came up with a recipe for a type of milk chocolate. With the recipe in hand, he made a big discussion. Milton Hershey decided to sell his caramel company and devote all his energy to chocolate. It was a huge risk, but Hershey was confident that chocolate was the future. That's it for chapter 4, guys. Just make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, bro. See you back on the next one. Peace.